My name is Hannah Lobelson and I am wardrobe manager at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. A wardrobe manager in a theatre like this liaises with all the incoming designers and supervisors and then manages the show once the designer leaves. The designer leaves opening night and then myself and my department have to run all the costumes for all the changes, alterations, repairs, maintenance, things like that. I originally trained as a fashion designer in Sydney, Australia, where I'm from. Worked as a fashion designer and then moved into costume, was costume making and supervising, and then I started here at the Globe as a wardrobe assistant. The next season I was offered a promotion, which was an amazing opportunity, so I took it, and it's been great, absolutely. At school, even from a young age, I was always sewing and doing art. I did musical theatre and singing, so it was always still definitely the world of theatre that I'm in now. I always thought I would be a fashion designer, ultimately, and that's what I did after I went to school, and then did that for a little while, and then had a bit of a change. It was quite an amazing job. I was working as a millinery and evening wear designer at a new store opening in Sydney, and it was all very flash and exciting, and I was only 22, and it was wonderful, and then it all wasn't wonderful, and I had what I call a quarter-life crisis. I think even then I knew I was costumey. My lecturers at college always said I was quite theatrical. So I decided to look at other avenues and to look into costume and never looked back, I suppose. And then my then boyfriend, now husband, was doing postgrad opera studies as an opera singer. So we both decided to come over to London and explore the world, I suppose. I sent out 400 CVs. I think I got 20 responses. 18 of which were nothing now, thank you very much, we'll keep you on file, blah. One was like, we'd love you to make a Bigfoot costume for a crisp commercial. And the other one was as PA trainee, costume trainee on Munich, the feature film, Steven Spielberg, which was the one that I did. And then I was temping for a little while, so from Steven Spielberg to temping. And then I again did a similar thing, but it was theatres this time, so I sent out more CVs for theatres, and then I got the job here as a wardrobe assistant. I've learned a huge amount here. It's one thing to motivate yourself, but to motivate, I've got a department of 10 people, 10 women. To motivate 10 other people is a whole new skill, and lessons every day about that. If I could do anything job-wise, it would be costume design. Ultimately, because at the moment I'm organising and fulfilling someone else's vision, someone else's dream, which, although there's a lot to learn, obviously isn't what I ultimately want to do. I always plan to win an Oscar for Best Costume Design. I don't know if that's likely anymore, as I'm not in film, I'm in theatre, but life's a long journey, hopefully. I think teachers are very important people. One woman at high school, she was the head teacher of textiles, and she was very encouraging. I think teachers who have a vocation are, special people. And then the head teacher where I studied fashion design, I always knew he believed in me and could see something in me, and he was always very encouraging. And then amazingly, I asked him to make my wedding dress when I got married in Sydney 2 years ago. 10 years I think we'll be back home in Sydney. I can only see us staying here another 3-4 years, maybe, back to the sunshine. I would like to think 5 years designing here, 10 years probably home in Sydney, hopefully a baby or two, and doing something equally satisfying but hopefully less time consuming, I imagine.